Hi guys, welcome back to Hurricane Lofton as we are going to get into the details of this monstrous storm, and welcome to my first video of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season. Sorry I couldn't get to the very first storm, Tropical Storm Arlene. I was so busy and I so bad wanted to get to it. But while I'm here, we need to discuss Beryl. Beryl is a monstrous Category 4 hurricane, and was looking for a little while that it was going to come a Category 5, but I thought it was going to come to a Category 5, but it didn't. But as you can see, it's a monstrous Category 4 right now. From the latest advisory, it's Category 4, movement at the west-northwest at 20 miles per hour. The pressure, very low. The maximum winds, 130 miles per hour. And again, it's Category 4, but also what we also want to take a look at is, I'll come back to Beryl in a second, but last night we had early this morning, Tropical Storm Chris. And Tropical Storm Chris, it became Chris at It became Chris last night, so it became Chris early this morning. So, and it made landfall early this morning. So it made landfall at yesterday at almost at midnight. But it's still a depression right now. About to be post-tropical cyclone. It's just gonna bring heavy rain to parts of Mexico, and there could be a flood advisory that the National Weather Center could put out. But as I'm here, let's take a look at Beryl. Beryl has caused multiple cities to be in this cone, which also they changed the cone. Or no, they didn't change the cone. But Jamaica, you're going to feel, even if you're not all in this storm, you're all going to feel it, no matter what. You all are going to feel heavy waves, heavy rain, no matter what the cone says. And also parts of the Cayman Islands, also, even if you're not in the track, prepare. Because this storm could change, but you could also feel some heavy rain. You could feel some heavy waves coming in. You could have multiple reasons to prepare. But to just prepare for this storm. And right now, again, it is a Category 4. Beryl's a Category 4 hurricane. Expected to stay that way. But also, there's also some rain coming out here from this system affecting the Virgin Islands. Also, Puerto Rico, you might feel some of this also. Again, if you're not in the cone, still doesn't mean that you're safe. You have a small craft advisory from today till 6 p.m. Small craft advisory expected from Monday 6 p.m. until Tuesday 6 p.m. So you're going to have that small craft advisory for 24 hours, period. So just prepare for that. Also, I want you guys to see this storm. I want you guys to see how monstrous Beryl is. Because this storm is monstrous. Again, see, if you're not in the cone, you still feel, you're not in the track, you still can feel rain. But as you see that eye getting well more defined, this could be a dangerous storm. It already is a dangerous storm. But we could see it possibly turn into a Category 5. The NOAA weather, they're not expecting for this storm to become a Category 5. But there's a very little chance this could. Because this storm, we see that these waters are very warm and there's barely any Saharan dust. Those are two things that make a storm. Well, the Saharan dust make the storm die, but we couldn't really see anything form. Or we could see this turn into a Category 5 hurricane. But there's also another wave. I doubt that could form because more Saharan dust is coming off the coast of Africa. But the National Weather Service lowered that chance down to 60 in the next 7 days. But there's still a chance, though. You never know. But if that were to form, that would become it would become. Oh, hang on. Let me switch tabs real quick. Okay, now that I switched tabs, the next name on the list would be Debbie. Yeah, Debbie is in a sterno. But yeah, here's the 2024. Alberto, Beryl, Chris, Debbie, Esterno, Francine, Gordon, Helene, Isaac, Joyce, Kirk, Leslie, Milton, Nadine, Oscar, Patty, Raphael, Sarah, Tony, Valerie, and William. Again, these are all the names for this year's list. And for the Eastern Pacific, it's Aletta, Bud, Carletta, Daniel, Amelia, Fabio, Gilma, Hector, Elena, John, Christy, Lane, Miriam, Norman, Olivia, Paul, Rosa, Serigo, Tara, Vincente, Willa, Xavier, Yolanda, and Zeke. Again, these lists are recycled, so this year will be used in 2030. Okay, let's get to Chris. The remnants of Chris is just expected to have heavy rainfall, and it will include heavy rainfall, which would produce flooding all over the eastern parts of Mexico this morning, with mudslides possible in areas. Tropical storm force winds are expected for the next few hours, and tropical storm warnings are in the area in Mexico. Also, Beryl. Let's see. This is the cone for Beryl. So it's expected to stay a major hurricane for the next day, and then at 2 a.m. it says it will become a Category 2 hurricane. But still, this storm could still be monstrous. You never know. The track can change. It could go up into the Gulf of Mexico instead of going into the Yucatan Peninsula. But this storm could go anywhere. This is the track they have for now. The cone contains the probable path of the storm, but does not show the size of the storm. Hazardous conditions can occur outside of the cone. So this means that this doesn't really mean that the storm will just go straight in that path of the storm. But again, there's also that this other one, the tropical storm force winds speed. Here's also more, and for more information, go to hurricanes.gov. I will go there in a second, but for now, see you later. Hey guys, welcome back. And also, I wanted to mention this little wave. The hurricanes.gov just took me just this same path. But as of 8 a.m. today, which are about to give me another update in 10 minutes, which I'll give you guys that. I'll see what Beryl has in store for us. But also, as of 8 a.m. today, July 1st. Oh yeah, happy July, by the way. Happy 1st of July. Showers and thunderstorms continue in the association with an area of low pressure located over 1,000 miles southeast of the Windward Islands. Environmental conditions appear marginally conducive for additional development of this system, and a tropical depression could form by the middle part of this week, while it moves generally westward at 15 to 20 miles per hour across the central and western tropical Atlantic. Interests in the Western Antilles monitor this process of the system. Formation chance in the next 48 hours, which is very low, 30% chance. And formation in the next 7 days, medium, 60% chance. Again, yesterday this was 70% chance, but this could change in a matter of 10 minutes. What are you guys doing this summer? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Also, what I wanted to take a look at was the Central Pacific real quick. I know there's barely any storms there, but Hawaii, you have nothing to worry about. I remember was it either last year or the year before, you guys had Darby, which was a big storm. Okay, Eastern Pacific. You guys have a very low chance in the next 48 hours, but in the next 7 days, you guys have a 40% chance for a storm to form. This could be your, maybe, I think it's your first storm. Yeah, it's your first storm of the year if you guys get this one. Against the Atlantic, they've had Tropical Storm Alberto, Hurricane Beryl, and Tropical Storm Chris. And we could see Debbie form in the next day, in the next hour, which we'll know at 11 a.m. Okay, the remnants of Chris. It's official as of 10 a.m. Right now I'm about to go on 11 o'clock. But right now the remnants of Chris. It's the storm is done. Now the remnants of Chris could go over past Mexico and form again in the Pacific, like we did see with Hurricane Bonnie. It became a storm, and then Estelle formed off of Bonnie. So we could just see this storm do its stuff over in the Eastern Pacific, which this could lead us to another storm in the Pacific, which would be their first storm on top of having the 40% chance of development in the next 7 days. But this year it's La Nina, which means that the Atlantic will have a more busy season, and an El Nino is when we don't have that much, and then the Eastern Pacific has a La Nina. But this year they have an El Nino in the Eastern Pacific. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll be back at 11 o'clock. Smash that like button for me and hit that subscribe button.